Today, I will be ranking your Epic War Playstyles, whether you're a Chad, something in between, just mid overall, or wherever you don't want to be, below mid. We'll see in today's video, where I go from Epic War 1 all the way to Epic War Saga, where I'll be ranking every hero, which is a bit absurd. So without wasting much time, in Epic War 1, you can't really have a different playstyle. Well, you can act more aggressively, maybe more passively. It's still the same thing, you're still playing the same game, and the game is pretty good. If you're playing Epic War 1 and actually enjoying it, you are definitely somebody I want to be friends with. So let's put you at A. Okay, in Epic War 2. In Epic War 2 we have 3 factions, of course. The first one being humans, which everybody uses humans, but not everybody keeps using them until the end of the game. If you're one of those people who play humans from start to finish, then there are 2 possibilities. You either don't want to grind the other factions because it takes so long and humans are perfectly fine to play with, or you're racist. In both cases you go to A. With elves, however, you're a meta slave. Elves are overall the strongest faction, we all know about that. So if you play elves just because you want to have an easier time, I'm sorry, but B or C. It might even go to C, who knows. Okay, you know what, I would do something like this. Okay, so now you can orientate yourself easily. Putting elves at C, meta slave, always wants an easier time. I don't know what to say. Maybe you like elves because elves are cool, but orcs are way cooler, and if you main orcs, you go to S tier. I recently made a video on orcs, and it was honestly pretty fun playing with them. Your Titan is badass. You have the most diverse units in a sense. Your elemental arrow is for doing damage. You just want to kill the enemies as fast as possible. You don't want to crowd control them. You just want to have fun, and that's all you care about. So, S tier. And when we go to Epic War 3, we got 6 heroes. One of which is Vigruv. The first time Vigruv appears. Honestly, he's kind of the meta too. Pretty much like elves. So do I put him with elves? I don't really hate Vigruv players, but I still kinda don't like them picking Vigruv every fucking time. Because it's Vigruv. Don't play as Vigruv. No. Vigruv CC, there are definitely worse mains than Vigruv mains. But for Epic War 3, can you play something different? You're gonna play with Vigruv in Epic War 4, no matter what. You're going to play Vigruv in Epic War Saga. Maybe have some fun? Okay, next one, Rembrandt, I think. Rembrandt is like Vigruv, but cool. You start off next to Vigruv, so you gotta kill him. And if you kill Vigruv, you're automatically above mid. And making your way around the entire map, you're gonna get attacked a lot. You also maybe like his lore. I don't know, his lore isn't bad. I will give you that. But the next one is Gaud. Now Gaud players, they see that he starts with 4 land bases. And they see that, and they go, that's unfair advantage, I will get. Gaud players are all about unfair advantages. Even though they get punished later on, because Gaud is the hardest hero, I think, something like that, to play with in Epic War 3. And you might be taking the risk, maybe you pick Gaud, just because it's a bit tougher to play with him. I'll have to keep you at mid. You can be a Chad, or you can be the most disgusting person on the planet. Next one though, Abe. If you play Abe, you acknowledge the fact that you're gonna fight God all the fucking time. You're gonna attack somebody else, he's gonna attack you. You're gonna attack him, he's gonna attack you. No matter what you do, you face God. And you know that. And you still go with Abe. Now, if that's not a Chad move, I don't know. He's also pretty tough to play with. So you're taking on that challenge. His lore is the most Chad of everybody else's. He just wants to expand his kingdom. You want to expand your kingdom. If that's not Chad, I don't know what is. Next one, Trevest, something. Stay away, please. Stay away. If you unironically main this guy, I don't even know why you would play him. His lore is filler. His positioning on the map is filler. Everything about this person is filler. Everything about the mains of this guy are filler. By playing him, you're playing the filler part of the game. I don't know. Trevals players, I don't know what they're doing with their lives. Just stay away from them, stay away. And then we have Grimtoad. Now he's your typical badass, evil guy champion. And people are gonna play him. For that. And I can't blame them. You're gonna go through the filler very quickly, you're gonna go to the main story, you're gonna fight Ebay, Gaud. And then you're gonna finish with Vigruv. Taking on the quest to march the entire map just to fight this prick at the end. That's an A tier move, honestly. Not quite as. I feel like his lore is just evil. I'm evil. And maybe you are evil if you play him. I mean, we got to represent everybody in our community. After that, we have Epic War 4, where you don't really main a hero, you choose between 3 out of the 5 heroes, but let's pretend this is your favorite hero. Starting with Vigruv, honestly, in Epic War 4, it's justified. You have to play with him, and he's pretty good. He's honestly very good. In Epic War 3, each hero is the same, but in Epic War 4, Vigruv is actually pretty good as opposed to other heroes. We know that very clearly. First of all, his attack animation, like he charges, he's holding his sword like perpendicular to his body. Do you know how hard that is? That is honestly very impressive. This guy's strong. This guy's pretty strong. His animation is dope. Even though it takes a bit too long, it's worth it because it does so much damage in such a large area. So if you do like Vigruv, you're not really mid. Like mid would be if you like Popo, even though I love Popo. Everybody does. Popo is like the baseline of a lovable hero. You're not really going out of your boundaries to enjoy him. You're just in the majority of people who enjoy playing him. Myself included, I love Popo. I think Popo is amazing. But everyone thinks that we can't put everyone at Chad. The only Chads are the 0.1% of players. You can tell, Orcs and Abe. It's literally the 0.1%. So the majority goes into B. I'm sorry. Next is Simon. If you main Simon, stay away from me, please. The thing about Simon is, he fails at his purpose. His crowd control is inconsistent to say the least. His damage output is not great at all. He takes so long to attack that by the time he attacks a unit, if there's not somebody in front of Simon guarding him, that unit would march up, hit Simon, and go into his blind spot, and now Simon is disabled. If you pair him with a very strong front line, he might be able to survive enough to stun the units in there, the fodder units in there, every now and then, maybe, but that's about it. Cassandra is next. She's a hero you unlock later into the game, and for the hero that you do unlock later into the game, it doesn't make much sense why. She's not very good. She's better than Simon, I will give you that. But if you're using Cassandra as one of the 3 heroes you can bring into battle, you're pretty much wasting a hero slot. I mean, don't get me wrong, you should definitely use her before you get Kara, but after you get Kara, like Cassandra is not even a good backline. You can just have Kara for a better frontline and then equip backline units that will do a good job, like Sylphs or Succubuses. They will do a much better job than Cassandra. However, if you enjoy her, besides how bad she is, if you use her because you think she's cool, because she's the only ranged hero we've ever had so far, if you actually play Cassandra, if you master her, if you micro her very well, she will yield interesting results. So I guess, I don't know, are you a Chad then? Are you a Chad? There are better options, but if you're still maining her, then sure you're a Chad, honestly, I'm not a Chad. I don't play her, I play Abe, I play Orcs, I don't play Cassandra. I respect Cassandra player. And now Kara, as we've mentioned, she's a great hero. I think I even like her more than Popo, if I'm being honest. People are gonna see her and they're gonna say, well, that's Vigruv but worse. Oh yeah, but have you seen Vigruv's horse spit fire into the enemies that Kara just crowd controlled into the air? I bet you haven't. I would be surprised to see that. Honestly, I gotta put her at A, not quite S, because your ideal setup is Vigruv, Popo, Kara, and she kinda belongs to the average vote. But if you play her, you enjoy her, sure, you can go to A tier. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind having you as a friend. I would love you as a friend. And this concludes the first 4 games of the series. However, there is still a lot of entries. Now Epic War 5 has only 3. We can do this real quick. But Epic War Saga, I don't know how are we gonna do this one. Well, let's stop wasting time. So in Epic War 5, if you play Vigruv, stay away from me. It's like the 3rd game you're playing Vigruv already. You have such better options. You have Skull Knight, you have Etheria. There's nothing that Vigruv has to appeal you. He is even less Chad than in Epic War 4. Look at his hair. Just stay away from me, please. If you unironically play Vigruv, you're just wasting your time. For the 3rd time while playing Epic War. Etheria, however, she is considered as the strongest hero overall. She does have her regen spell. Her attack is pretty mobile, she can dodge a lot of damage just by being offensive. She can kill backline units fairly easily. She's a great hero, she's a woman, everyone loves her. Until people come to you and tell you, play Vigruv or play Skull Knight. don't play woman because we're men. And to them I say, I don't know, what do I say? I would just put Etheria, our queen, not mine, our queen in A, and all of us can make a code, and we're gonna worship her until the end of our days. Anyways, Go Knight, mid, nothing else. I love him. I think he's a neat character. He's on that edgy cool side. He's kind of similar to the orcs. Like, you have rage, but he's very boring. He just runs up to them, slashes with an axe, and slashes again, and slashes again. You see where I'm going? He's just not very interesting. His lore is decent. Queen Etherea's lore is decent too, but I'm afraid I can't give you anything more than mid for playing Skull Knight. Like, you're not a bad person for playing him. You're not a good person for playing him. You're just yourself, just like Skull Knight is himself, and everybody's fine with that. And I guess we can hop on to Epic War Saga. Sure, it's not gonna take 1 hour. Okay, let's speedrun through these. I don't play Saga much, so can't blame me. But Viagraph F tier. If you're playing Popo, C tier. I honestly don't get why would you enjoy Popo in Saga when they removed his only feature that he had in Epic War 4. Like, why would they do that? You know what? Stay away from me. If you're maining Lutia, you've wasted your gems, but that's the case for most heroes, so I don't know. I'll put you at A, honestly. She's cool. She has that rock thing she's mounted on. She's like Jasmine, but cooler, maybe? Dragonzord. You are doing it because he's cool, or because you want to farm stages late game with his ability. Both of which are fine. I find him kinda weird. You can enjoy him. Mid is all I'm gonna say. Why do they keep taking heroes from previous games and making them look trash? Like Groborg in Epic War 3 looks like a genuine evil monster guy. This guy is just a goblin. Like, nothing about him is scary. It looks like he has a brain aneurysm. I don't even think that's how you call it. But bro is about to die. Okay, Oni. Time for Oni. Think you're C tier. Think with Omi is... He's not even cool. He's just Groborg, but red. That's all. Your basic attack is not inspiring at all. There's just nothing fun about Oni. What am I talking about? Why would you play this guy? Joey, on the other hand, Joey is pretty mid. He's a good early game hero, not gonna lie. He's like a Rhino, but worse. Rhino is going to A. He's pretty boring, I will give you that. But he's costly, he costs gems. You're going out of your way to spend gems on him, knowing that he's trash, and you're still doing it, and you're still maining him. Honestly, that's a Chad move. That might be a Chad move. But next one is Kobbit. You were playing Kobbit because he's fast. C tier. Play someone who's cool. You're playing Epic War. Epic War? Why are you playing a dwarf? Honestly, the dwarf is pretty unique. I'll give you that. That's the only reason why you're not in F. But play something more epic, like Omni Knight. Omni Knight looks so badass. Honestly, S tier. If you play Omni Knight, you're probably looking like him. You're just that buffed. Next is Jasmine. Pretty decent mid-game hero. She's like Lutia, but for gold. She's extremely slow, but she's badass on that elephant. I'll give you mid. If you main her, nothing bad about you. This girl though, I don't even know what's her name. Okay, so this is apparently Frey, the Sky Princess. Reminds me a lot of Queen Etheria. So if you're playing her, I'd imagine she reminds you of Queen Etheria as well. If so, you go into A tier. I mean, this time the game doesn't tell you to love her, you just love her because of yourself, and that's good, that's great. And the next one, Omni Knight, but on a dragon, and less cool. Dragons are so overrated, like Epic War Saga is filled with dragons, to the brim. I'm starting to like hate dragons at this point, honestly below mid. Moving on onto Gatot Kacha, he can make your units invulnerable. He's cool, he's floating, I kinda like him. He's pretty chadistic himself, but his players, I don't know about that. I would put you maybe mid. There's nothing like extremely cool about him. If you're going to the late game of Saga with him, I guess I kind of like you. Yeah, I kind of want to be friends. That's not bad. Steel Armored Popo, the thing with him is, he's basically, not basically, he's similar, semi-similar with his Epic War 4 counterpart. I think they wanted to make Popo feel more like that, so they made Steel Armored Popo. He used to be meta, now he's not, now he's complete garbage. But if you still main him, I guess you're mid. Like, I could make a lot of arguments about you being cool, but I hate the hero itself so much, it's such a scam that I need to downgrade you to B from A. So I hope you understand that. Now I'm realizing we're missing two heroes. One is Kolai, one is Jack. If you're playing both of them, stay away from me. I'm not even gonna edit them onto the video. I just don't want to. Kolai is kinda cool. I like Kolai, but he's trash. If you wanna play a goat hero, just play Kronos. Like, you're not gonna get the Dragonzord ability, but Kolai's Dragonzord ability is just very bad. So Kolai, stay away from me. Jack players, don't care about Jack. Imagine if Jack gets a girlfriend. If you're Jack, how do you know that she loves you for yourself and not for your transfer? At this point, bro just doesn't have a personality. His entire personality is transfer. And the people who play him also don't have a personality. I guess you can have fun with transfer, but meta save. Meta saving goes into F tier. Other than elves, I think. You know what? Meta saving goes into F tier. Lilith, S tier. You're a Chad. Power Go Goblins. Everyone wants to play with them in Epic War 5, and they made that possible in Epic War Saga. They're kinda cool. I enjoy them. If you bought them because you think they're cool, same story with Gatot Kacha. You're going to A tier. Kronos, mid. Definitely a fun hero to play with, but there's just nothing about him that makes me, ooh, you're a Chad, or ooh, you're an interesting person. He just goes around and slashes with his swords. That's worthy of being mid, at least. At least you're not below mid. At least you're not this guy. What is his name? Sir Lancelot? Yeah. George Lancelot. Oh, he's British too? What? Okay, Monkey. If you play Monkey, S tier. If you bought him and you're playing him right now, you're definitely having fun. You're having fun. You like being chaotic. You're just an energetic person. You love doing stuff because of the experience, not because of the end result. Honestly, S tier. You're a Chad. Seraphio, Meta Slave. Popo, Saint Popo. Saint Popo goes you to mid. You just grind at 99 Popo Helms. He's Sarah but extremely slow. If you play him, even though you have Sarah, then what is wrong with you? He is so unplayable. Extremely slow. Popo, just make Popo Epic War for Popo and remove every other Popo. This guy, pay to win. I would put you in mid, but because it's pay to win, you get like the most overbroken transfer. You're abusing him. You're even worse than Jack. What am I talking about? You pay the real money. Next one is Pantaleon. He's not released into the game, I don't think. Oh wait, I don't know Saga War. Maybe you could have bought him like Valeria and the Cobbit the Dweller or whatever this guy is called. I don't know. I just know that if you play him, I could call you Meta Slave very easily. I want you to know that. Nobody has him. Nobody has Pantaleon. I've never met someone who legit has Pantaleon, because I don't think you could legit have him. I'm not sure. But if you hacked your way to getting Pantaleon, guess you're mid. I mean, hacking is not cool, but hacking is also cool. So you gotta go into mid. And our last hero for today, Valeria. If you're maining Valeria, you're maining her for the same reason why you would main Lilith. But just like this guy, the Christmas Cobbit, she is pay to win. Right? I'm not tripping, right? But if you did pay real money for the waifu in-game, you're a Chad. And that concludes our tier list on me rating your personality based on your Epic War playstyle. I hope you're not offended, because that is supposed to be a joke. The only thing I'm serious about is Vigruff players. You've played Vigruff 4 times. Why do you keep playing him? Just play him once. If you play him again, what is the point? You could play somebody else. Why play Vigruff and then play Vigruff again? 4 times in a row, 5 times if you played Epic War 6, 6 times if you played Legends. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see me rank every boss battle in the Epic War series without Saga, then click here and I'll be seeing you in the next one.